My name is Outsider2522 and welcome to another Idleon video. Now, World 6 is just around the corner. We've got less than 2 weeks for it to come out. And I'm going to be looking at things you can do to prep for it. So some of the things that might help you get a bit of an edge a little bit quicker into World 6. Let's talk about it. Now, before I say too much, I do apologise. My voice is a bit deeper, croakier. I sound more manly than normal, probably. I've been ill. If you're in my Discord, I put out an announcement earlier on today explaining it. The whole family's been ill. If you're not in the Discord, why aren't you? Because it's a great place for information. Nice little community where we share all of our information. We help each other. So if you do want to join it, links below. Also, if you could follow this channel, it would be a massive thing. Your subscription means a lot to me. Will help this channel to grow. And again, make that community even bigger and better. So let's get into the video. Okay, so with World 6 around the corner, what can you do to make your life a little bit easier? Well, there is one thing that is really obvious, and that is if you're at a point where you can farm liquid quite comfortably, then you're at a point where you can put your toons into a cauldron and get cauldron liquids better. So like the orange cauldron, the green cauldron, the purple cauldron, and the yellow cauldron. Now what you can actually do is you can preemptively unlock all of the bubbles, so all of the alchemy bubbles, before World 6. Now, it's kind of hard to keep track of which alchemy bubble you're up to. However, if you look at the value needed to unlock the next bubble, and that value is 52.2 million or above, then you're unlocking bubbles in World 7. You have finished unlocking bubbles in World 6. So the final bubble in World 6 takes 37.3 million liquid. What this means is if you can unlock all of these in advance, then come day one, you already have the bubbles, you can already tell which ones are going to be the best ones, and you can get in there early with things like getting them up to 1,000 to 1 billion resources materials needed, getting your no bubble left behind using on it to try and get those bubbles scaled up quicker. So it's kind of a nice little thing to have. Another thing on alchemy, and we don't know, but there is actually a 4th cauldron that you can unlock. Now you need level 120 alchemy. So the quickest way to do this is to put your bubo into the first liquid cauldron. So he gets an XP buff every time that you use cranium cooking. Spam cranium cooking. Try and get him up to level 120. This will unlock the 4th cauldron. Now at the moment we can't do anything with the 4th cauldron, but we can buy the bonuses for it. So in the pay to win tab, you can actually upgrade the cauldron. All of those can be purchased early. Now, we don't know whether this cauldron will be used yet, but again, it's just the thing that if this cauldron is there on release day, you're already going to have the upgrades to make it much quicker. Okay, now the other thing you may want to prep for is potential damage and defense, but depending on where you are, okay? Also accuracy. If you've rushed through to World 5 and you're recently there, you may be lacking in accuracy. Now, the best way to improve these is probably through alchemy bubbles. So if you're thinking that your defense might be a bit low, you're struggling with survivability at worms, for example, then you really want to be pumping into the orange bubble FMJ. It's going to increase your defense massively. Okay, because what you want is, ideally, you want to come away from using foods in World 6 to optimize your damage, to get through those mobs and push the worlds much quicker. If you're looking for damage, I've already done a full video on it, but Quick Slap is the go-to, really quick and easy one that's going to help all universally. If you're needing accuracy, Shaccuracy is going to help. Okay, now most people towards the mid to end game probably aren't going to need accuracy because there are so many ways to get it, but if you have rushed through World 5, it may be an option for you. Okay, one that I think people are going to sleep on is that in the in-game message that Lava dropped, it mentioned that there will be new spices and new meals coming. This means there'll be new pet territories and new pet battles coming. Now, an awesome thing to do early is get yourself ready for that. So, if you've already cleared all pet territories, you've probably let your offensive team, your attacking team sort of just be. There's no reason to upgrade it. However, with new spices coming, new territories, you should probably upgrade your attacking team. So I've pushed to get mine above 100,000. That's because my team's levels are all about 100,000 anyway. So I've upgraded that. Another thing for pets is that if we know there's at least one new spice coming, you should probably try to create a team, a foraging team to farm it. So I use the same set of pets for all of my foraging. Once I get past a certain point, the late tier ones, so I know what I'm going to need. So what I can do, and what I have done, what I'm working towards, is again trying to get a foraging team that's above 100,000. The way I'm doing this is I'm upgrading my normal team, and then whatever the lowest one is, I just bring that out and I put it into storage. Okay, this way it means that I've got spares, so then on release I can go and unlock those new territories, those new spices, and those new meals as quickly as possible. Another thing that I feel is pretty self-explanatory actually is gems. You want to stockpile some gems. The reason being is we're likely to get a new limited time store. They rotate every single time we get an update. This one I expect to be no different. The limited time store at the moment is paid for with blue gems. Hopefully it doesn't change at any point into green gems, but for now we'll assume it's going to be blue gems. You may want to stockpile those gems, so then when the limited time store comes out, you can buy everything in it and get a quick boost. I'll almost guarantee there's going to be some World 6 buffs in there that you're going to want to pick up early to maximise your gains. If you do need to farm gems, I've obviously put out a video about World 3 Colosseum and just how powerful that is, with the amount of keys you can get and then farming Chisor afterwards on normal difficulty. You can get a lot of gems in a single day by just farming the one place. Finally, and this is more for your sort of end gamers, you might be in the luxury place where you don't need to spend your golden balls in the arcade anymore. You've bought the good ones from this rotation. If you can, potentially look to stockpile golden balls. The reason being is we don't know what the next rotation is, and it might have some of the really, really good bonuses in it, like AFK gains, drop rates. We don't know. There could even be new bonuses added. Now, this is something that's relatively simple to keep hold of, but I definitely recommend trying to stockpile a few golden balls if you're already ready at a place where you've bought everything you need in the current rotation, because there might be some nice bonuses coming for World 6 that we can pick up early and really, really propel us up through the ranks. Now, those are the sort of areas where I think prepping is going to help you the most. Definitely pets, because, as I say, it's been confirmed there are new spices. In terms of defense and attack, you might be good enough that you're in end game and you don't need to worry about that. But if you are sort of just getting to that mid to end game, you may want to look into FMJ, because I feel like the defense needed for World 6 is going to be a massive upgrade. Worms was a huge shock, so I expect World 6 to be a big shock too if you're sort of getting there. The rest of it in terms of bubbles, that's a nice to have. You know, if you want to get it, I recommend it, because it's just going to save you time, and again means you can optimize where you're looking at going. As for gems, they're so important. Okay, go farm those gems. If you've got keys waiting in the background, go and use them now. All right, if you haven't run your doots, maybe go and run those. If you haven't run your biggies, go and run those. Get the gems, okay, because I guarantee we're going to need a lot. Every single world, the amount of gems needed to buy the upgrades goes up. That's all I got for you today. So if you've managed to watch the whole video, thank you very much. As always, like, share and subscribe. You've been amazing. Until next time, take care.